So, being that I'm a YouTuber who has several videos out on lucid dreaming and also on astral projection, a lot of questions have come up to me about sleep paralysis. People are asking me, if I lucid dream, am I going to have sleep paralysis? What do I do if I get sleep paralysis? Is sleep paralysis dangerous? And people who perhaps wanted to astral project and learned that you had to go through sleep paralysis for the best results were worried about that there as well. So in this video, I want to clear up what sleep paralysis is, whether it's dangerous or not, what you should do if you encounter it, and how you can actually get there if you want to go to it, and also what that can mean. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and today I'm talking a bit about sleep paralysis. So what is sleep paralysis, first of all? Well, sleep paralysis is actually something that occurs to us every single night. When we go to sleep, when we start dreaming, our body actually paralyzes itself fully, and this is so that you can't act out your dreams. You see, if you didn't have sleep paralysis, then when you were dreaming about running through some field, jumping up and down, guess what your body would be doing? It would be doing exactly that, and you would probably end up quite hurt or whatever. So, for obvious reasons, it's good that sleep paralysis happens. Your body wants to be paralyzed during the night when you're dreaming. And it's, a safety measure to keep us safe, and it happens every night. Now, sometimes, it doesn't happen that great, and that can cause things like, people actually getting up out of their beds, falling out of their beds and stuff. Like, if you've ever woken up on the floor after rolling out of bed, then it's likely that you kind of broke out of sleep paralysis and managed to move. Now, the other time when people use the term sleep paralysis, this is when people are actually referring to what happens when you wake up while your body is still in sleep paralysis. When your mind wakes up while your body is still asleep. When this occurs, you wake up, you seem to be able to see your room, except you're actually still dreaming. You're still, in a dream state. It's just that you can actually, see around you to some degree, and what happens is you kind of get this mishmash between waking reality and the dream state. So what this means is you're going to see your real room, but you're going to see things from dreams inside it. So this could mean seeing a person standing by your bed, seeing something sitting on your chest. Things like this are quite common, and a lot of this is thought to be correlated to many urban legends and myths and stuff like that about different creatures, coming to people in the night. A lot of this is thought to be because of sleep paralysis. When you wake up and you can see your room vividly around you, everything's there, it's normal, but you can also see a man in a top hat standing at the end of your bed. It can be pretty creepy, and you can take it to be a real thing. You think that that's actually a person there. What you don't realize is that your brain is still half asleep and it's still producing dream content. It's just doing it in front of you, in front of your eyes. Now, also what's going to be quite unpleasant during this experience is that you're completely paralyzed. So this can, add to the element that makes it unpleasant for a lot of people, and that is that, when you see this creepy looking guy standing at the end of your bed, you're also completely frozen. You can't move, you can't get away. So, if it's a, demon looking character or something like that, and it's coming up to you, you have nowhere to escape or anything, and that can be quite scary. But the truth is, if you have this experience where you're paralyzed in bed and you seeing things there, it is just sleep paralysis. It's, the same as a nightmare. Nothing can hurt you. You're completely safe, and you don't have to worry about it. So if you've ever had, a bad nightmare and you've managed to get through it okay, then you don't have to worry about sleep paralysis. So what do you do if you encounter it and you actually don't, want to go through it? What I encourage you to do is to try to move. You see, by moving, you're not going to break out of sleep paralysis immediately, but you are going to break out of it, after a bit of delay. If you didn't move and you stayed perfectly still, you could actually stay in sleep paralysis for quite a long time. And in fact, when you're performing certain techniques, which I'll talk about soon, that can be, ideal. But when you're actually trying to break out of sleep paralysis, the best thing to do is to actually move. Try to move. You're going to feel like you're not moving, but just trying to move is going to encourage you to actually break out of it quite soon. And the other thing is, close your eyes. If you find your eyes open and you can see all these, scary looking things, well, don't worry, just close them and you won't have to see them. You might hear some weird stuff. I tend to find that the kind of auditory element of it is quite intense as well in sleep paralysis. You can hear some quite eerie sounds and stuff like that. But the point is, it's just, the equivalent of a nightmare, and that you're going to break out of it in, 10-15 seconds. So you don't have to worry. Now, What about the uses for sleep paralysis that I mentioned? Well, if you've seen some of my other videos, you might already know about this, but if you haven't, then I'm going to explain. There is such a thing as astral projection or out-of-body experiences, that are induced by the person themselves. Now, this is not to be confused with lucid dreaming. With lucid dreaming, you're basically just in a dream, but you're aware that you're dreaming and you can do what you like. With astral projection, it is, somewhat similar to dreaming in a degree, in that I believe it occurs in your mind. I'm not sure about the idea that you're necessarily leaving your body for real, but what it feels like is that you are, coming up out of your body and exiting it. The classic experience that people have on the operating table of floating up out of their bodies and seeing themselves from above and seeing what's going on around them. That is what an astral projection experience is like. And anyone can have them. But to have them, you usually have to go through sleep paralysis. You see, while you're in sleep paralysis, you can perform a technique to actually, pull you up out of your body and have that experience. So, sleep paralysis, while it can be scary and unpleasant, also has its uses. And in fact, for people who are, regularly practicing astral projection and that, they're quite jealous of people who can, get sleep paralysis every night and so on. I'm quite jealous of people who get that, because for me it's, much harder to get sleep paralysis. And when you do get it, you can perform an exit technique and you can get out of your body. And I have, whole videos on how you can do that. So if you want to check out, my videos on how to have an astral projection, then check out the video over there. And yeah, it has some good uses. It's not as scary as it's made out to be. It's absolutely not dangerous, and you don't have to worry about it. If you do get it, perhaps put it to good use, try and have an out-of-body experience and, experiment with it. If you want it to end, then just work on your sleep patterns as well, because normally what's happening when you're waking up in sleep paralysis is that you're waking up during the REM stages of sleep quite often. And that means that your sleep is somehow being interrupted before you're supposed to wake up, because normally you don't wake up in REM, you wake up slightly afterwards. And so there's a good chance that your, sleep pattern is being interrupted. Maybe, you need to cut off some lights in your room, like lights from electronics and so on. Maybe you need to black out the windows. Maybe you just need to go to sleep at a better time. So work on, your sleep schedules and stuff like that, and you'll find that the occurrences of it go down, and it won't be such a bother. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and got some basic information about sleep paralysis. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe up there, because we've got regular videos that go out multiple times a week. If you did like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you want to keep watching, check out the video that's linked on screen. Also, if you aren't already, remember to follow me on Twitter, @Tipharot, and you can send me questions there, suggestions for videos and so on, and just talk to me there. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.